and gentlemen, to our gathering at the Shrine of Remembrance. It's a very warm welcome to each and every one of you for this, the last post service. Conducted to honour the servicemen and women of the Australian Armed Forces who have defended Australia since Federation in 1901. Since Federation in 1901, we welcome you, if you're a first-time visitor, we welcome you, whether you be from Melbourne, interstate or from overseas. We're very, very pleased to see you. The last post service is conducted each week at this time to remember the sacrifice of more than 400,000 Victorians who have served and who continue to serve our nation. My name is Peter Mayor, Governor Shrine. Today we recall nearly 3,000 men who were deported from the United Kingdom and Singapore in September 1940. The Singapore crew, including women and children, are in Australia as enemy aliens and sent to internment camps. They were released in 1942. Soon after this, many of them joined the Australian infantry forces, and most went on to enrich Australia's society in lasting ways. Today, we are joined by some of the child internees. Please give them a warm round of applause and welcome. These being descendants of those who came to Australia on the military transport ships Dunera and Dunera. They will lie awake as a group at the eternal flame in memory of all those internees who eventually made their homes in Australia. Shrine of Remembrance is held in care by Shrine trustees on behalf of all Victorians. On behalf of the trustees, we acknowledge the honourable people of the Kulin Nation, the traditional custodians of the land on which the shrine stands, and pay our respects to their elders, past and present. As a place of remembrance and storytelling, we honour their deep connection to country and waterways, shaped by generations of stories and memories. And we pay respect to the indigenous members of children, the Australian servicemen and women in our nation's powers of need. The Shrine of Remembrance was dedicated in 1934 to commemorate 114,000 Victorians who enlisted in the First World War, 89,100 of whom deployed to war, and 19,000 Victorians killed. Our purpose now is to honour the service and sacrifice of all Victorians and Australians who served in the war. And to all of you, the listeners of this Victoria, welcome. I'm pleased to introduce the Shrine Guard. We have one guard today. Shrine Guard has rejected as two shrines since 1985. They wear a uniform similar to the Australian Force during the First Shrine Guard, all of whom were veterans of that war. The Shrine Guard, please take place.
Australians and they must rejoice, for we are one and free. With golden soil and clear God's one, the is God by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts, all beautiful.
Please be seated. Our lives of relative peace and freedom have been hard won by the men and women of the Australian Defence Force, whose actions founded and now foster what is known as the Anzac spirit. They have protected our national values and way of life for more than 100 years. We honour their love of country, sense of duty and courage in difficult times. In 1940, after Germany had conquered Norway, Belgium, Holland and France, the United Kingdom feared it would be next. In May and June 1940, the British detained thousands of refugees from Germany and Austria, many of them Jewish, and classified them as enemy aliens. They were to be interned in Britain or deported to Canada or Australia for the duration of the war. On 10 July 1940, 2,500 men, ranging from age 16 to 66, boarded the His Majesty's transport Dunera at Liverpool for transport to Australia. With only 10 toilets, which rapidly became locked, human waste flowed across the deck. Could you imagine the circumstances? Food was frequently inedible, and under-trained guards stole the internees' possessions and abused those who resisted. After 54 long days, the Dunera docked at Melbourne, where some passengers disembarked and were sent to internment camp. On 6 September, the ship docked in Sydney, where the remainder of them were sent to camps in Hague, New South Wales. When the onboard treatment of the internees became public, it caused an outcry that eventually led to the court martial of the officer in charge and two others. The internees, however, made the most of their time in the internment camps and created communities which encouraged education and cultural activities. Upon their release in early 1942, some returned to Britain, and many of them made new lives here in Australia. Similarly, 260 men, women and children who were Queen Mary also interned in camps at Dunera, Victoria. Families were housed in D compound, single men in C compound. Following the same journey as those of the Dunera, they spent 18 months interned before they were released in early 1942. Wanting to serve in the war against Germany, India and Japan, many of those from Dunera and the Queen Mary enlisted in the second AIF. As most of them were still classified as enemy aliens, they could not join combat units, so served in the 8th Australian Employment Company, little known and largely forgotten. In total, 39 of these companies were raised with more than 15,000 men in their ranks. 11 of the companies were made up of enemy aliens, forming the essential labour classes that all armies in combat. To our north, docks, barracks and transit camps. Today, amongst us, we have Tonya Eckfeld, daughter of a Dunera passenger, and Eva de John Dalgate and Dr. George Fink, Queen Mary passengers and internees, child internees. Later on, we as a group at the eternal land in memory of all those Dunera and Queen Mary internees who will build and would build and did build better lives for themselves and their families in their new campaign. There's quite a group amongst us. The wreath will now be laid at the eternal flame. The ode will now be recited by Dunera, followed by the sound of the last post. The ode is the fourth verse of Lawrence's Previous Parliament 4:4.
They shall not grow old as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and the morning, we will remember them.
service, the lowering of the Australian flag in just a few moments. The Shrine Guard, please take post for that task. Shrine Guard takes post. You may care to share amongst your friends in the last place ceremony. This is conducted at this time every Sunday here at the shrine. Lowering the Australian flag being the final act. They hear the new call of retreat. Today, of course, we do fly the Australian national flag in honour of the shrine of remembrance, in honour of the veteran community, and in honour of our listeners here today. Shrine Guard takes position. Safe. Yes. The national flag will now be lowered. With the lowering of the sun, the lowering of the Australian flag, this almost brings to a conclusion today's ceremony. The shrine, by way of background, belongs to all Victorians. It is a symbol of their love and enduring commitment, representing the suffering and loss of a nation. It symbolises those who have served in the face of conflict and carry scars. Today, you have joined us in giving remembrance. Trustees, we thank each and every one of you for your attendance today, and the internees who have made Australia their home. Congratulations to you. Today we also thank our healer, we also thank Timothy, our mother, Tim, the shrine volunteer, and the Shrine Guard. The Shrine Guard, by way of background, and members of the ceremonial party are available following the service in the next minute or two if you'd like to meet them and say hello and take photographs. Many of you have been given a copy and also much today. Feel free, if you have a floral tribute you may want to place in the eternal flame with the wreath, you may do so at your leisure. That concludes this afternoon's service. Thank you again for listening. Victoria's Shrine